All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Let me turn it off. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, salutations to the hopeful elect. This is going to be a quick hit, Lord willing, to be edifying. Going into, how the times of Jacob's trouble is going to be like a time that has never been since there was a nation, man. All right. So, with that being said, hey, you're gonna need the Lord to protect you in the times, in that day, man, the times of Jacob's trouble. All right, martial law, concentration camps. All right, they're gonna be throwing the women, your children, separating your families, packing them up in them joints like sardines, man. All right, it's gonna be worse than the transatlantic, slave trade when they was packed up on the on those ships, man. All right, the times that's approaching. We're gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, because it's not. This is something that's not gonna be anything that you can ever imagine, man. All right. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna get my first scripture because this is what we should be doing, knowing that this is what's about to happen, man. All right, this is let's get Isaiah chapter 55 verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. All right, and this is what we should be doing, man. We should be seeking the Lord now. All right. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter and the first verse tell you to remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, before the evil days draw nigh. Before the Lord have no use for you. Roughly paraphrasing, man. All right. The evil is going into bad times, man. What times? The time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right. These are the times that's approaching. All right. So, seeking the Lord will be very imperative for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, who are Israelites, man. All right. Hey, it's time to turn back to the Lord before it's too late, man. All right, because, when you go into Sirach, the 5th chapter, let's just get it in the 7th verse, tells you this. Salaki. Let's get Sirach chapter 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So, hey, you're not supposed to be procrastinating, all right? Don't hesitate to turn to the Lord, man. You're supposed to basically, get active, Go out to your nearest camp in your city and, enter ye through the straight gate, man, all right? Come up under the true men of the Lord, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, the brothers that's in like-minded doctrine, man. All right, because those men have 100% truth, man. All right, and those men are a great example. They of what true leaders are supposed to look like, man. They're not somewhere hiding behind a desk or the computer, man. They out there, the scriptures say be instant in season, out of season. These are men that's been in this truth 30 plus years, man. And they still pushing. All right. So that's a great example of what we should be doing, man. All right. Okay. We making no tarrying to turn to the Lord. All right, because the times is coming where the Lord is about to do away with all of this, man. All right, really is nothing else to do. but serve the Lord, man. You know? And in that day, you're going to wish that you would have. Because the Lord said this in the book of, all right, we're in the same book, Ecclesiasticus. All right, it's Sirach, known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right, because some of us are going to be, put to deletion, man. All right, for for this truth, man. All right, and no matter what, man, just like the Maccabees' mother, man. All right, she went out, like a woman, who's serving her man, serving the Lord would, man. She went out like a woman that's has faith, that believes, no matter what, man, no matter if she's gonna be put to death. And this is also a woman who watched all of her kids be put to deletion right before her eyes, man. All right, that's why, the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, man. Because what, though these things are gonna take place, that doesn't mean the Lord wasn't with them. The Maccabees, in the other prophets, okay, that was before thee of old. All right, the Lord was with them. That's why it says this in the book of let's get it. The book of Sirach Khan. I was in the right book. Ecclesiasticus known as Sirach. Sirach known as Ecclesiasticus, Salakia, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? All right, nobody, man. You got Samuel. Okay, he called upon the Lord. The Lord didn't forsake him because he trusted in him. All right, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. The King David. All right, you got all the prophets. Daniel in the lion's den. All right, and so forth, man. All right, I can keep going. All right, the Lord never forsake these men. He was with these men throughout wherever they went, man. All right, so trusting in the Lord is a big thing, man. All right, because that's what pretty much that's all we got. All right, so let's get this next scripture, and let's get Psalms 91. Let's get Psalms 91, and we'll start at the top. This is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. All right. So, the secret place is these scriptures, man. All right. The script, it says that he, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Because we want to be protected. We want to be, have that hedge, that covering over us, man. All right. Verse 3, it says, surely he that delivereth thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. All right. And these are the things that the Lord is going to protect us from. You know, those that destroying wind, man. That was ICBM, uh, that thermonuclear fire, man. All right. It says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust," man. All right. Going into the angels, man. All right. The chariots of the Lord, man, which people ignorantly call UFOs, man. And in those chariots are the angels, man. All right. It tells you in Psalms 34:7 that the angels of the Lord encampeth around them that fear him. Right? So, hey, you know, fear is a big thing, man. Okay, right? Because fear it makes you think, of your consequences and repercussions before you carry out your actions, man. All right. So it says, "His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler." You see, this is what's going to protect us, man. All right, not your your AK-47, your M16, or your Blicky, man. All right, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. All right, this is our weapon. All right, this is our protection, man. This truth. It say that truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. All right, I'm gonna read it in the NLT. Say, "He will cover thee with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promise are your armor and protection." Verse 5, it says, "Do not be afraid the terrors of night, nor the arrows that flieth in the day." All right. It says, "Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday." All right. So it says, yeah, man. So therefore, um, the Lord is basically telling you, that He's gonna protect us through it all, man. All right. Verse 7, it says, though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you." You see. So all we have to do is trust in the Lord, man. Trust in these words, man, because this is all we get at the end of the day. Plus, this is a commandment, man. Let's get that in what is that? Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest," man. All right. So, they're going to deliver us up, unto these wicked rulers, man, and we're supposed to just have faith, man. Be of good courage, man. All right. That's why it says this in the book of Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life," man. So, hey, the Lord tells you, man, that let no man take that crown, man. So this is a fight. So we have to keep fighting, man, because it tells you in Matthew 24:14 that he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. All right. So we got to keep fighting, man. All right. So we can, the Lord can, protect us, man. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Kwam Yasharala, Baba Ball.